Hey Pinups, this is Sara Enos with the American Pitbull Foundation, and this is Blue Ivy. Thank you for taking our submission. To answer your first question in regards to the books that your wonderful founder has written, I would write a book about my life experiences, not only in rescue, but about the learning process in being in animal welfare as a whole. Some of the lessons that it's taught me along the way, a lot of my favorite dogs would be featured in that, and a lot of lessons that I've learned from each of those dogs and each of those experiences along the way. I really wanted to start advocating for pit bull type dogs after a period of time when I was working in veterinary hospitals, and I came to find that pit bull type dogs were the most abused, abandoned, and neglected dogs that there were, and I really felt compelled to do something about it, to make a difference. And so in my work in the veterinary hospitals, I began taking in these dogs and working to privately rescue them, and realized that the problem was much bigger, and that rescue wasn't going to solve the problem, and that advocacy and education were really the way that we were going to tackle some of these issues that we faced with pit bull type dogs. So working in the industry and seeing these dogs firsthand and realizing how wonderful they were is really what got me compelled initially to be an advocate for this breed. My addition to Pinups for Pit Bulls is a loud voice. With the American Pitbull Foundation, obviously advocacy is one of our main focal points, and the more that we speak collectively as a group within organizations, between Pinups and American Pitbull Foundation, the louder our voice will get and the more people will hear it and understand the real personality behind pit bull type dogs, that they're really loving, caring family dogs. So my addition really is a louder voice, another microphone to help spread advocacy about these dogs. So I first learned about Pinups for Pit Bulls when I was researching people to get involved in our summer concert benefit in 2011. And I was really excited in learning about the group, and so I immediately reached out, and I immediately got a response from Tabitha, aka Sugar. The Pinups came out and participated that year with us and made it a really successful event for us. We had Shorty Rossi out there, and Ken Foster, and John Shipe. And the Pinups really brought this super fun element to the event, and I really contribute their participation to our success. So it was a lot of fun, and I knew that I wanted to be involved in some way, shape, or form and be able to collaborate. And so they actually even inspired us to do our own Pinup shoot afterwards because we had so much fun with them. So I didn't volunteer because I was running a nonprofit full time, but I knew that I wanted to be involved in any way that I could. So my pit bull, my personal pit bull, is 12 years old and was one of my first rescues and taught me a lot about this breed of dog in particular. He was thrown out of a moving vehicle when he was 5 weeks old in heavy traffic and was basically a scabby, bloody little rat. And I've learned a lot from him, and he really has compelled me to be an advocate for dogs that are similar to him. But because he's an old man and he doesn't always get along well with strangers, I would like to use Blue Ivy here, who is a puppy. Well, I call her a puppy. She's about a year old now, that is training to be our ambassador dog. And Blue's story is really wonderful. She's one of our rescued dogs from a shelter. She was on a euthanasia list, and she is training to be an ambassador dog for our service dog program, Operation Sidekick. And I think her story is really important, and it really can shed a light on what these dogs are capable of and what they contribute to humans in general. So Blue Ivy here is a dog I think that can really tell the story well of pit bulls and their companionship and bond and ability to help and heal humans. Being a part of the Pinups Pitbull calendar is something I've always wanted to do, and this year I finally decided to put my application in. It is so much fun, and it's such a great way to advocate for this dog, and so I've always wanted to be a part of it, and I thought this year we're going to submit. I really think that I can add a fun component to it as well, because what we're doing really tells a unique story. What we're doing with service dogs and veterans with PTSD and education in the school system, that story needs to be told, and I think doing it in a fun Pinups light for the calendar would be a really great addition. Thank you. Blue thinks so too. So again, it's something I've always wanted to do. I think it would be a whole lot of fun. I think it would create great story and great content. Blue Ivy here is going to be pretty well known as she grows and develops within her service work, and so getting her story out there would be a great way to advocate not only for the dogs, but for Pinups for Pit Bulls too, and kind of the collective mission that we have.